Welcome to Awake to Joy, everyone. You've got Renee Rivera.
And Annette Eastis. And today we're going to talk about compliments.
Yes. Any of you guys have difficulty with that one?
Well, it seems those who have been sexually abused do have a struggle with accepting compliments, and they're not the only ones in life, but in general, we've found that be 100% with those that we've worked with until they develop some skills.
Yes, yes. And truth. The lies that we've believed have been replaced with truth. So
yes, that's huge.
Able to receive them then.
It seems like the number one issue is with low self-esteem. There are several other ones, but low self-esteem, and because you were abused, low self-esteem is the partner that just moves into your home and just becomes a part of your life and something that you put on every day. You don't even realize that you're putting it on, but you've put it on. Now, those with higher self-esteem can see your low self-esteem, but usually you're not able to see it.
Yeah.
Boy, does it show up when somebody compliments you simply on the earrings you might be wearing that day. And your response, oh, they're just an old pair I put on. I bought these for $1 at the swap meet years and years ago. You could just go on and on. And it would be trying to dismiss, trying to downplay the compliment.
Yep. Another thing is not even just a little something you're wearing. It would be a compliment of something you accomplished or a job you just, like a job you did, or wow, you're really good at figuring out the printer. Like, that's not me. I'm stupid. I'm whatever. We always tend to speak the opposite of what was complimented to us. That can't be true. You're looking at the wrong person. Even when
I've had some people in my life, when I've done that, when I downplayed, they would come back. They wouldn't let it go, which was good because it was a challenge to me. They wouldn't let it go. And why did you say that? Or what was your thinking behind it? That type of thing. And what I have found was sometimes it was because I've heard you say before to me, Annette, you're so creative. And my thought is, no, I'm not. And the reason why is when I think of somebody who's super creative, look what I just did. They're super creative. They could paint a mural. You know what it is. I could paint you a mural. You might have some idea of what it is if there's stick people in it. But that type of thing. I put the standards way up high for what a creative person is. So when you call me creative, I know I can't do all those things where my standards are for a super creative person. But that's not what you were telling me. So a lot of times it's what I've made it out to be, what my expectations are. If you were to say, Jeannie, and that was you're just so smart. And I'm thinking, no, smart is, and in my mind, it's way up here. It's not fixing that copy machine. That type of thing.
Yes, that makes sense.
And that low self-image keeps me from even seeing that I have these problem-solving skills to fix the copy machine.
Because you're being
makes sense.
Yeah. The low self-esteem is a beat up. Anything that is good within us. There possibly can't be anything good coming out of us, when it's a low self-esteem. That's just what we believe. That's what we believe we've heard. And like you said, it's what we wear, what we think, how we walk, how we receive.
We got to resist that urge to dismiss the compliment and just say thank you. And if you're feeling that urge really strong, still say thank you and then ask yourself why. Examine yourself later. Have that conversation with yourself. Have the conversation bringing God and say, why am I struggling with Renee saying, darn it, you're so smart when it comes to that copy machine. And I'm thinking, no, it isn't. I'm just figuring it out. I'm deducting, if I did this, and why am I struggling with accepting the word smart? And it's because in my past, I've always been referred to as dumb
Mm.
all the way through school and elementary school. That was constantly, you know, this is above your skill level. You know, you don't have it. No, you're dumb when it comes to math. So I was just reliving what I had been told. And so it's been good for me to examine and to have people in my life who don't accept me not accepting a compliment, if that makes sense, or at
Oh, yeah.
least asking, you seem like you're struggling with me saying that you're smart, or it seemed like you just brushed it off. Why did you brush off the compliment? I really do like whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I see it in other people. I've seen it for years, but I remember when I went through that process that you're talking about.
Mm.
Now, I remember being, geez, it's not even just in the last 20 years. Yes, I'm older than that.
Nobody would have thought that, Renee.
Older than 20. But it was within the last 20 years that I realized that I still wasn't accepting compliments, that, or I would hear them and thank you, but I would not swallow them as a gift. And I was beginning to recognize that it was just always pushed off. And I know we talked about that in a different video, but this is a lot more intentional that we're talking about.
Yes.
That it came to the point where I had to ask God, what is it in this that I keep dismissing? Why? Why do I keep dismissing it like you did with being told you were smart? You know? I can't remember what the whole conversation was with God, but it was something about, for me, it was growing up and always feeling ugly. Like that. And in my writing, even this week, I realized that one of the lies that was told to me was, when you grow up, you're supposed to look this way. You're supposed to fill out this way, you know? And as I was growing up and going through junior high, and I wasn't growing up the way I was expected to grow up, body-wise and stuff. So for me, all the way through high school, even junior high, I was always layered in clothing because I thought I was a bean, a string bean. Like, nobody's going to want to look at my bony body. So let's put some meat on through clothing, always layers. And honestly, I didn't realize that that was an issue until my senior year, taking senior portrait, you know, my mom taking the pictures and trying to pick out an outfit and realizing I always put layers on. Why don't I show my true self? And it was because of my self-esteem all these years, not thinking I was adding up to that expectation that I had on myself. That was ingrained in me, and I took on that expectation. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So then even as an adult, and always making sure I was put together and looked business, and then would get a compliment, I would still dismiss it because I didn't add up to, like you said, that expectation level, until I had the conversation with the Lord, you know, and I had to start receiving it. And then not just receiving it in the sense of hearing it and letting it go in, because before I'd hear it and go, sting, not coming here, bye, you know, almost like Wonder Woman, ding, 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 ding. That's how I was to compliments. And I know there's people that can relate to that. To now, with working through it with Jesus, I would allow it to come through my ears and let it get into my heart. And there would be a healing that would come from that. Not that I needed it, but there was a healing that came from the genuine compliments that came. Oh, maybe I am a little smart. Well, yeah, maybe I am a little bit of a leader. You know, because everything that was said positive, I always had something to renege back at it. Like,
oh my goodness.
Are there more points for you? That was just a little bit of my story.
No, that was a great example. Absolutely. Well, I think it was a good discussion. Thanks, Renee.
You're welcome. May it help someone.
Yes.